Hey guys, happy Thursday. Hope all is well with everyone. I'm just jumping on here to make a little video on some alcohol ink. Doing some wine glasses and figured I would do a video, quick video, to show you just how easy and simple this is to make some beautiful glasses, whether you need them for a gift, for a wedding, for graduation, birthday, whatever it may be. Glasses. A lot of ladies like glasses, and so it's definitely a winner for the ladies. But this is simple and easy. We're not going to stay long, and hopefully you'll get something out of this and be able to do this. So this is for the newbies. This is not for the professionals out there that's inking up everything and that sort of thing and doing cups and tumblers and you know what you're doing. This is a little video for the newbies. A lot of people say they're scared to get started, and it's really nothing nothing to be scared of. And so I think that the glasses, wine glasses, is an excellent place to start because first off, your product here is inexpensive. $1 for glasses at the Dollar Tree, cheap at Walmart, Dollar General. You can get these anywhere, as opposed to $9 for a tumbler. So if you mess up on these, this is, like I said, this is a good place to start to practice on with mixing of your epoxy, the technique, and just getting a feel for alcohol ink. So just a few things on what you're gonna need here to get started. Of course, we got our epoxy. Well, you got your glasses, but you got your epoxy. I use K resin. I use the Ultra UV epoxy. I love it. It's not hard to work with. It has a work time of like 45 minutes. I mix it for maybe 4 to 5 minutes, depending upon the temperatures and how it's feeling. But 4 to 5 minutes, 6 minutes at the most, to get that mixed up so you get a nice consistency on it. Of course, some sticks to mix it with. A silicone spreader, just in case, you know, it makes things easier. I like to spray it, but not bad idea to have one of these hanging around. So your sticks. Now, I also have a few cups that I use to mix my epoxy. And I've already marked how much epoxy I'm gonna mix. And so I'm gonna do 7.5 cc's on my A, 7.5 cc's on my B, and mix them together. I have an extra cup, just in case I do, just in case I need it. I'm thinking of adding a little mica powder, and so I may need an extra cup, so I got that handy. Now, and then a large cup to mix the epoxy in. So, I also have my torch, just a butane torch, Amazon, I think 15, 18 bucks, something like that. They have smaller ones, Harbor Freight. You pick those up anywhere. A little alcohol, of course, some wipes, paper towels, and then your alcohol inks. So what we got today, I'm just playing around. I got a gift that I know that I'm gonna have to come up with, and so this one is something that I'm making for one of my personal gifts that I need to give. And so I got some fuchsia, some white, some purple, and this is a nice rich purple. Of course, the white and the fuchsia. So we get those. And then I got a little blue. So I just want something fun and funky. And then maybe, just maybe, a little mica powder, a little gold. Now, these alcohol inks are nothing special. I think I got these from Amazon. The name of the alcohol inks, and there are some very nice ones out there. This is just something that I use when I'm playing around, that sort of thing. But you can get those from Amazon. So, what we're gonna do is go ahead and get our epoxy mixed up so that we can get this done, and then we're gonna get started. So I'm gonna mix up my epoxy, and get that stirred up, and then I'll jump back on, and we can start putting some ink to the glasses. Be right back. All right, so we have our part A and our part B mixed together. Well, we have our poured. Now we're just gonna mix them together. And I'm gonna do this off camera just so that we can speed up the video. But I'm gonna show you just how we get started on this. And we're gonna get as much of the epoxy out of the cup as possible. Scraping the sides, because you do need the epoxy to be precisely measured. So whatever you're using on the part, whatever measurement you're using on part A, you want to use the same on part B. One is a resin, one is a hardener, and so they need to be the same consistency in order to give you the desired result that you want, which is a clear crystal type finish, and you want it to be hard. And so if you have too much hardener to mix to the resin, then it's not gonna mix properly. If you have not enough resin, or too much resin and not enough hardener, then it's not gonna cure properly. So we wanna make sure that it cures properly. And you should have a glove on. That's one thing I didn't mention that you need are your gloves. And so I'm just gonna jump in here and put my second glove on. I got one on. And that's why I have the wipes, because I don't like changing my gloves. So I will use a wipe to wipe them off and keep on moving, because gloves are expensive, but you do want to be safe. So if they tear or they get too soiled, definitely change them. All right, so we have part A and part B mixed up, and we're just gonna start mixing. I mix slow, and I try to go to the same direction, and then I'm mindful of the time that I'm mixing, because you have a 45-minute work time. So you don't want to spend 30 minutes mixing this. It's going to be overworked, and it will start to get hot on you. So I'm going a little faster than normal because I don't have a lot. But let me turn off my overhead fan, because not that one. One thing you do want is a warm temperature. Epoxy likes and appreciates a warm temperature to help the process, the mixing process, as well as the curing process. And you don't want a lot of air circulating. That air circulating is gonna put some bubbles in there. I just have not had good results when I've had my ceiling fan blowing on top of my epoxy. I've had bubbles, a lot more bubbles to form. And it's air moving, and this is the only thing that you want moving is your spinner. And that's another thing that you need, of course, a spinner. Definitely if you're using epoxy on certain projects, you want to have a spinner, or you want to have a system where you can do a hang dry. Now that's a whole different video, whole different topic and everything, a hang dry method. But for what we're doing today, a spinner is a great thing to have. And you can get these quite cheap off of Amazon. The one that I'm using today is by 𝘊𝘰𝘯𝘵𝘰𝘯𝘵, and it's a 4-cup spinner. I've had it for quite some time. I've done countless cups on it. What I like about it is it has the 4 arms on it, but I can also take the other 2 off if I need be for room. You know, for space. And also it goes in reverse directions, both directions, and they spin independently. The 2 sides spin independently of each other. So we're just getting this mixed up. One thing that you may want to also have is a mask. It is suggested, it's recommended that you wear a mask when you're mixing the epoxy, because epoxy is quite toxic in its liquid form. Once your epoxy has cured, it is no longer harmful to you. And the jury is still out on whether about food safe and this, that, and the other. And from what I have been able to research on the epoxy that I'm using, the KS resin, that once the epoxy cures, that it's food safe. Okay, and it's not like someone's gonna be licking the glass. But when what they're talking about is the epoxy leaching out harmful chemicals and ingredients, that sort of thing. So you do want to do a full cure, and also let your clients know, or know for yourself, that these products are not dishwasher safe. Some people use Mod Podge and other items, and I just don't think that they're designed to go into a dishwasher. So I always include a disclaimer that I do not recommend dishwashing. Hand wash the items. These are handmade, and so. But we're gonna get into this, so I'm gonna pause this video for a minute. I'm gonna keep mixing. We're almost there, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that, but it's pretty clear. We got a few bubbles in there, but what I'm looking for is a nice consistency. I want it to do that. I want it to be liquidy, but not too liquidy, and I do not want any striations throughout the epoxy, which are indicators that the two parts have not totally mixed and combined. Again, what we need to happen for the desired effect. So I'm gonna keep mixing for a couple minutes here, if that, and then we're gonna get into this and start putting some ink on these glasses. All right, guys, we got our epoxy mixed up here. It looks pretty good to me. There's a few air bubbles in there, and I'm not gonna really worry about them at this time. One good thing about alcohol, epoxy and the alcohol definitely is easy to get, is used to get bubbles out. So we can work with those bubbles after we get some epoxy on here. So we're just gonna get started, okay? And I'm gonna use the finger method, where I'm gonna just dip my finger in. And one thing that you may want to do is you can heat your glasses up a little bit, because it will help the epoxy to move, and don't want a lot on this. And I have used 15 cc's in the past, and it's worked just fine. And so we're gonna go with 15. And so what you're doing is just working the epoxy around the glass. As you work it, as you put it on and spread it, you'll be able to feel the difference between the areas that have epoxy and the areas that don't. And so you're just going to just keep smoothing this on a little bit at a time, and working your way down the glass until all the areas of the glass feel smooth. You want to keep be mindful of your rim. And what I try to do with the rim is try to do a swooping up, so that I don't get a lot on the inside, so that I have to have a lot of cleanup. And we'll discuss the cleanup later, but usually a heat knife works well. Acetone, that works well as well, also. And depending upon how much you have on there, it's going to depend upon the amount of effort that you're going to have to use to get it off. Some people tape off the inside of the glasses. You can do that too. And so I say just start off. Like I said, this is for beginners. So let's just start off and go from there, okay? You can start off with doing these for yourself, doing these as gifts. Don't be intimidated by those that are out there that are doing a lot of technique and whatnot, you're not there. But they didn't get there. They didn't just jump in and got there for the most part. I don't know, but I'm just saying. Everybody got to start somewhere. And so don't let where someone else is in their process stop you from trying and, you know, trying with yours. So this feels pretty good. And as you can see, we probably used about half of it. And I didn't use that second cup because I didn't really have a lot this time. And so saved the cup and I mixed A into B or B into A. And I didn't use the third cup. But I'm using larger portions of epoxy. Sometimes I do a third cup just to kind of make sure that the mixture is, that the two parts are well mixed. And that's the one thing with these two turners, in the space between them. Be careful that you're not touching the other one. Now what I have up under my glasses is a silicone mat. Some people use the silicone mats out of Dollar Tree. I haven't seen any of mine not silicone mats. I've seen the vinyl mats that are like place mats, and I use those for a time. I think with those, you really gotta keep them clean because the epoxy will dry, and then you're really like picking to get it off. I find that the silicone mat is very easy for cleanup, especially if you're gonna do glitter. Glitter is one of those things that once you get into that, it's everywhere. I don't care how much you clean, it just seems like it's everywhere. And so when you're doing a glitter project, any glitter that spills over can be a pain, especially if it gets wet and you try to wet clean. The silicone mat works very well. Cleanup is very easy. The mats are not expensive. They're well worth it. And you can just wipe up behind your projects. And I try to do it between each project instead of letting it really just build up. Once I'm done with a project, I go ahead and use a little bit of alcohol and some wipes, and I'm done in 5 minutes. Whereas before, with the vinyl mats and glitter, it was just a process for me. So I'm gonna do my edge. I'm not really gonna do the bottom, I don't think. But I think I am, since I have enough. And we're gonna let this drip over. I'm gonna go ahead and do my bottoms. So we just got a little bit on there. You wanna be even with it, because if you're not even with your bottoms, your cups, tumblers, wine glasses won't be even when you go to set them down. So you want to kind of make sure that you don't have glumps and clumps of the epoxy on there. And then just give it another once over as it's spinning. And like I said, you'll be able to tell where you do not have epoxy. Your glass is definitely gonna feel different than the spots that have, the places that have the epoxy on there. So, and we got a little bit left. And I'm gonna use this a little bit, just like I said, and hold this to the side, just in case I wanna use some mica powder on here to give it a little pop of glitter sparkle with that gold mica powder. So, make sure these are level. I'm gonna set that off to the side. I am going to clean my hands, clean my gloves, and then we're gonna get to mixing some alcohol, some colors. And don't be intimidated by this, y'all. This is not hard, and other people out there that's doing craft can be intimidating, and I don't think that they intend to. They're just showing you what they can do. Don't let that intimidate you. The thinking, well, you know, because again, everybody has to start somewhere. And even if you're not trying to do this to sell or make money on the side or as a business or anything like that, it's very therapeutic. Very therapeutic. And it lets you express your creative side. It's a way to come up with gifts, like I said, for your family members, so it can save you money on your gifts. And so I say just do it. Just do it. Alright. So we're going to start with our alcohol inks. I'm going to heat this up. Just a bit. That thing got out of hand. Okay. I'm going to start with my purple. And I'm just going to, I feel like my cup is up a little bit. You know what? Some of these colors I haven't used. So let me open the tips on these, y'all. Forgot about that. I got a lot of different inks. Sometimes I buy them because they're on sale. A lot of this type of stuff hit if you are on Facebook or Telegram, a lot of these inks and stuff will hit the kick-ass deals and the sweet deals. And you can get them relatively cheap on the low. And it may not be what you've seen someone else using and what everyone else is using. But again, if you're just starting out, you want to use products that are economical to your financial situation. So, but that one got a nice hole in it. So we just dropping some purple. Okay. And you can see that it's going in many different directions. A lot of people will put a canvas or something up under their glasses so that this ink is dropping, is not being wasted. Because as crafters, we don't like to waste anything. No, I don't. So, and I want a lot of purple. I love purple. Purple and orange are my favorite colors. All right, so we're gonna do the blue. I guess I got some big holes in here. All right. Ooh, that purple really covered that stem. My lighting is not the best in here, y'all. But it's hot. And so, certain areas of my house are better than others. I like the way that purple is on that stem, and so I want to try to do that. But all right, put them to the side. Come in with a little. The color is this. It's supposed to be fuchsia, but because of how it's mixing, it's looking, this cup is not level because I can tell when it's spinning. So I'm not going to use too much of that because hitting those other colors, I'm not sure about it. That's how it's supposed to look. That's fuchsia. So that's what it's looking like when it's not hitting this blue and this purple and mixing. And they tell you to check your color wheel and try to stay on the right side of your color wheel, but I don't want a lot of white. But look at that. Now that's hitting that and causing a whole different reaction And I want this to roll down, but it's not. I'm telling y'all, this glass here, it seems it's not on this turner. Feels like it's up to me. But look at that. Those are causing some colors. And so I don't want to use a lot of white. But I'm liking the white hitting that. So that fuchsia that I was concerned about with that white is doing something for me. I don't know if I'm gonna like it in the end, but all right, so we've used those four. We've used the blue, the white, the purple, and the fuchsia. All right, real quick, I'm gonna grab my epoxy. I'm gonna grab just a little bit of this gold and see what we gonna do with this. So I'm just putting in. Come on. That's why it's good to have another stick, y'all. Alright. Let me see how much I'm mixing in. Okay. Not a lot. Oh, it's the dust fly. This is why you're supposed to wear masks. I'm mixing off camera just because I don't want the dust flying everywhere. And so, but I'm mixing this. And I don't want to touch my glass. But I'm a mixing. Okay? Just a quick little mix. And again, this is mica powder. You want a nice little pour on that. You can see that. Okay. Alright. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a little bit on my stick because I don't know how this hitting. And I'm gonna come up high. Okay. I'm gonna come up high and not too high. And I don't want a glob to fall. I really should have a different kind of stick. I'm gonna let that touch just a little bit. Okay. Okay. Line camera. Alright. I'm gonna do the same thing on this one. I'm gonna let it touch a little bit and then pull. I like colors. And so when I'm not doing something for a client and they're, you know, that I have to be specific in, gifts that my people get, most of the time it's gonna have some purple on it and it's gonna be colorful. And so my gift, my colors, unless it's somebody and I know that they like a specific color, you know, I try to give them a specific color if I know that that's their favorite color. But, all right, y'all. So we got some difference, definitely got some colors in here. This gold, I don't know if I should be adding it or not, but I'm adding it. Like I say, dollar glasses and whatnot, when I feel like just trying something, I try it. So when y'all say that y'all got y'all printers still in the box and you haven't started because you don't want to try your sublimation and you got your glitters and you got glasses and everything, but you don't want to try, My grandmother used to say, nothing make a failure but a try. So you can't fail if you don't try. And so if the glass don't come out right, It'll go up in my cabinet. I bet you we'll be drinking. It'll drink. It'll drink. I bet you we can drink some margaritas up out of here. And won't nobody care about the color. Margaritas, some nice wine, whatever. I don't want to forget about the bottom, which is kind of hard sometimes to get the angle that I'm doing this at. Normally I would be on the side of them, but because of where I need my camera, all right. Okay, so I used more of this gold than I was anticipating, but no sense in leaving it behind, wasting it. So we just and you know what? I'm gonna get a little bit in here. All right. Oof. That's it. I will try to use every drip drop. All right. Okay. So that's that. Now, I wanna see what the colors are doing up here on this rim. I don't feel like there's anything there. And I'm particular about my rims because I think when you leave a rim white, it gives the appearance that you missed a spot. All right, so I'm liking that. I don't like this glob of gold right there, right there. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is hit it with a little heat. Let me check my gun. This joker got stuck on me. All right, so we're just gonna hit it with some heat. And what this hitting this with this heat is gonna create cells in there. And if you don't really like cells, then I suggest that you come back off of it. And cells are just the little you're not gonna be able to see it. We'll be able to see it afterwards, but you see how my edges. That joker caught on fire, y'all. It's alcohol. Be careful. Be careful. And maybe that's why people be scared, but don't be scared. And I just want to zap it. And as it heats up, and this, I just feel like it's up, it will start to move around. I can't see in there. So I just want to get this and I got a lot of heat coming out here. I got this on full blast where you can definitely control the heat on these. So let's just turn it down a little bit. I like those. I like those. So we're gonna let that spin for a little bit. I'ma watch it. I'ma keep fooling with it because I don't know how to leave stuff alone. Alone. I just don't know how to leave stuff alone. But like I say, my edges. Like your hair, I want my edges laid. So I'm just dropping purple right on the edge. And that's because I done had glue on it. But what y'all think? What do y'all think? I want to get it moving. I really want to get it. But not too much heat because it will turn into a muddy bed. Muddy mess. Alright. So, we can let it spin. We can also change directions. I don't know if I want to change directions on it. I'm concerned about the bottoms because of the direction that I'm doing this from. Alright. Didn't feel like my purple, look at that. I didn't even put no green in there. Something make green. I don't know what color it is. Art wasn't my thing in school, but something make green. Purple and, no, don't let me say it. I like the purple. I like that purple. I like that it's giving an effect of some black. But we didn't really use the black. But right here, I feel like I don't have epoxy. Because it keeps moving from that spot. So what I'm going to do is take this little bit of gold that's in here. And in that area, okay, there it is. Alright, I want that to move a little bit. Okay. I don't know if I missed that spot. Okay. I don't want no spots. So I just smooth that with my hand. And then get it running. Alright. So we didn't use up not a lot, but enough. So I'm gonna put this on pause. Actually, let's try hitting it the other way. Stop. You see how did that go? No, they were both going that way. Looks like only one of them turned directions. Good. We're gonna go with it. So we're gonna let this spin and see what kind of thing we come out with after they have spent for a few minutes. And then we're gonna let them spin for a few hours. And then once they are dry, we'll put another load of epoxy on, and then we'll figure out what we're doing with our decal. If we're putting a decal on there, any type of writing. I didn't want to choose a color for that because I wanted to see what came out first, what it turned out to be. Then we can decide what color vinyl I want to put on there. So the next steps are to let this dry, let it continue to spin, let it dry, and then we'll put a decal on and some epoxy, and they'll be done. So we're just gonna keep letting this spin, and we'll be back. See you in a little bit. And so this is the finished product, and again, it was very simple, very easy, and that's that. So if alcohol ink is something that you think that you would like to try, You can always pull this video up. Be sure to hit that notification button so that when I upload more videos, you'll be able to see those. And I will be doing a lot of alcohol ink. Like I said, I got a lot of gifts that are coming up, and I'm building my shop, and I get a lot of online orders and a lot of call orders from people that I know and people, friends of friends, and that sort of thing. So I'll be doing a lot of these glasses in different colors, and I'm gonna be trying it with some different alcohol inks. I got some new ones coming in that I want to try, but these were the Amazon inks, and they weren't real expensive, and I am pleased with them. So hopefully you like the glasses. Be sure to subscribe. I'm gonna be uploading videos. I'm gonna try to upload at least 1 or 2 a week. You know, I do have another job, but I do a lot of crafting, so I'm just gonna try to be sure to turn my camera on and get some videos out there for you. I like to do things that other people do and see if I can do them. See if it's just as easy as what they say. But I also do sublimation tumblers. I like to do glitter tumblers. But I love to do this alcohol ink. I just love the colors on the alcohol ink, and it's so unique. You definitely won't find the very same thing. So thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. And if you are considering to do alcohol ink, tumblers, sublimation, whatever it is, my advice to you is to just do it. So don't be scared. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, and hit that notification button. See you next time.